Click in the middle until it's done.
Mission confirmed. It's crazy.
You can find me on DoorDash, and hopefully you get me.
You rubbing that knee is nasty, nigga. That's nasty.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were acknowledging that you were of the elder race too, but you can find me at
The elder race. Fuck. It's giving me everything I need. When Cyclops said, "Give them the forecast," I got wet. I did.
All right, Zelmay, you're under her. You're next.
Yes. I mean, chicken.
Wait a minute.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Monray Hudson back again with another episode of Make Sense, the podcast. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm joined by a colorful crew of collective people. First and foremost, we have the Laker fan to my right, the one and only Unico Williams.
There's a delusion. I'm here for it.
Oh, speaking of
the Lakers
delusion,
are still in the playoffs, but we're not here to talk about it.
What?
Speaking of delusion, we are also joined by the head of whole regulations himself that's here to give you nothing but illusions. African 765.
You already know your local neighborhood scumbag hitting the folks with a daily dose of dirtbag, same gimmick, different day, all gas, no breaks, for cold hard hot takes, and everything that comes with it. But you niggas know the spiel.
And of course, as a special guest, we are joined by a longtime friend and fan of everything, including anime over everything, his own branding. Watson the Great.
Just some anime over everything. Some anime
over
everything. We getting there. It was good. It was good. I'm here kind of. What's going on, fellas? Happy Saturday. It's like
what's good? What's good?
Few Saturdays I've had off, so I figured I'd join. Say what's up.
If there's ever a chance for me to give you your flowers, Monray, can you put that somewhere in the show? I love to give him his flowers.
Appreciate it.
But so today's episode, we're going to basically continue from last week because last week just got a lot of stuff and controversy put in there, and we had other things to talk about. So we would just continue pretty much where we left off, and it's been even more discourse. So we might as well start off with the most controversial one, and we'll soften it up as the show goes on. So if anybody has lived under a rock, so there are things called roasts that Comedy Central normally has done. They haven't done one since 2019, but these roasts basically they'll take a celebrity, and the celebrity will sit on a seat, and there'll be a bunch of other established comics and sometimes special guests that'll come on there and will roast this person. They'll do some pretty below the belt jokes, some regular jokes, talking about everything from their career to their personal lives and everything. Normally, nothing is off limits on a roast, and I've seen and watched these roasts for the better part of 20 years. Like these roasts, they're normally very dark humor, but it's normally very entertaining at the same time. This particular one, like I said, they haven't done a roast, I think, since 2019. So Netflix.
Was it Tom Brady?
No, I think the last one was like James Franco or something. It was something like that. But they haven't done one since 2019. And so this time it finally came back. Jeff Ross is one of the main people that does it, and they decided to roast Kevin Hart. It was shown on Netflix a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
So it's not. It's different from the cat. It's different. It's a different production company and everything from the Comedy Central roast. They're not related.
Yeah.
Just so
got
you
it.
know.
Got it.
Not the exact same company. Like I say, great, wonderfully. Thank you to African Comedy 75 will keep me up on any extra things I may miss. But yeah, it's not the same as that company because Comedy Central normally is the one that did the roast, and they stopped about 7 years ago. Yes. Netflix just picked it up and decided to put
it. You.
So with
They're
that
also
being
the ones
said,
that did Tom Brady as well. That you were thinking of, Joe. They did Tom Brady too.
Got you.
So the problem that happened with these roasts is that there were two instances that supposedly went. Let's just say they were controversial. Now, because these roasts are on YouTube and are everywhere that you look, I have no problem showing them. So I will let you watch them for yourself if you haven't watched or you just need a reminder. And you can determine whether these roasts went too far. So as I move all of us to the kind side, there was two. One is with Cheryl Underwood, who's an established female comic, and she's been around for years. And unfortunately, her husband has passed away in the past due to suicide. This would be the joke that was included with her portion of the Comedy Central roast.
Cheryl Underwood is here. Give it up for Cheryl. Cheryl's husband killed himself. Apparently, black does crack if it's married to Cheryl and jumps off a fucking roof. I do it for the balcony. I do it for the upper decks. Fuck all these people down here. The Golden State Warriors logo is a bridge. Don't show that to Cheryl's husband. Seriously, keep that bridge away from Cheryl's husband. And speaking of black men who once made an impact years ago, Kevin Hart. Cheryl was in the Air Force, but she couldn't fly. And neither could her husband, who jumped off a building and he died from that. I swear to God, I called her before this to ask if that was okay. I would have never done that.
So that was the one. That was the one example of the controversial one. And then we get to the one that's more controversial. Is that there was another comic who made some jokes in reference to George Floyd, and this was his comedy portion. I think Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, Tony Hinchcliffe, yo. Shout out to Tony.
So this is his portion of his fight.
You know, Kevin, they told me not to mention your kids on this roast, but I must say, you did good. They've gotten so big, they now buckle Kevin up in the car seat. It's true, he lost his gig hosting the Academy Awards because of some homophobic tweets, but you'd be homophobic too if you were eye level with everyone's cock. He got into a fist fight on a private plane, proof that no matter how much money black people have, they're still just gonna act like ninjas. Always fighting. Like Bill Cosby, Hart is a black comedian from Philadelphia, and like Bill Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin. God bless this room. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much.
Shout out to TikTok, of course, for those wonderful clips and things. But as you can imagine, there has been a lot of discourse and controversy when it comes to how well or not well received those jokes were. And so there's been a number of different people, including comics and people themselves, that's come out to talk about the nature of comedy and how it works and whether those jokes are acceptable, whether they're expected, things of that nature, including some of the people that were on there. So I'll just give you a few examples. Like Lil Duval was like, y'all being offended by the Kevin Hart roast is exactly the response that they wanted. And y'all fell right for the rage bait. Basically saying that, some comedy is therefore shock value like this, and this is what they wanted from it. Other ones, like from Joe Budden's podcast, is like, the George Floyd joke was horrible, and he felt like Kevin smiling during it was horrible, even if that's him with just his game face on. And he was talking about other jokes that's on the jokes, like talking about the slave master and other things about it. And he said, like, potentially you cross the line, especially when it comes to, the black guests and people that you are facing and things. Other people like, other people like Cheryl herself, which they had to talk to her about her joke. She was like, yeah, everybody was mad about it. You should be mad. That's the reaction that they wanted. Then they asked her about, the jokes with her husband. And, she even said, like, no, they came to me with respect. And then, as we know, in a roast, there are no limits. That's what I want people to know. It allowed me to talk about black men and mental illness and things of that nature. This is the Brad Tice Cheryl Underwood about her opinion. And just they went even to other comics and people outside like Marlon and Sean Wayans when they're saying things like, every time somebody sells a joke, you can't just have controversy, but if you're gonna tell those kind of jokes, you have to make sure that the response and the things are worth it. And just in general, like that, Marlon and Sean had like a pretty interesting video clip about when they were asked about it. But that's just some of the examples of how people felt about it. I'll ask our established panel, now that you have context about the roast. Unigo Williams, your thoughts about the roast, the jokes, whether they went too far, whether they were just right, whether it's expected, the response, everything.
First and foremost, I want to say, man, shout out to you, the way that you presented this, like the way you presented the topic, the point, and all the things. That was great. So I want to just clap that up for you, because like you presented this very well. Before we even started talking about it, you painted the picture. No, not right now. The way you presented the picture and everything that you did, that was dope. So I want to say shout out to you for like editing and getting this ready for us. And like, you know, we're a group of people that like it'll come unhinged at any moment. It is what it is. But the fact that you brought this point up, and it's a very heavy point, I want to just give you your flowers, man. So I would just want to shout that, like clap that up, man.
Thank you, my good man.
And then with Shirley Underwood, my problem with that,
Underwood.
Cheryl,
not Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I said Shirley. What I said?
You
Cheryl.
said Cheryl.
My bad, Cheryl.
Cheryl,
I know
not Shirley.
I apologize.
Cheryl, not Shirley.
I apologize, Cheryl. I know her, loud talker. She will let you know she's smiling. All those things. We know that's how she became the comedian that she is. But in this particular situation, if there is some kind of passcode, like some things that like it's okay, do that. It's not okay, you know, don't do that. And the fact that she didn't push back on that bothers me. Just from like they were saying, oh, it's because of you, but not because of that. Like on some real stuff, what made that man do what he did? And she was cool with that, and she made her money. But what if they was like, Cheryl, 200,000, can we get this joke off? It's gonna get us clicks. And she had to make a decision. The brother not here no more. Do I get this 200? I think that sometimes you make decisions that you make, and I think it might be financially based. That is what that is. I personally, nobody's giving me any money for this. I wouldn't let any of those jokes slide. None of that. That's me. And that's not even from that's my ex-husband type of thing, blah, blah, blah. My ex or whatever. It's more from a like humans. Don't let them type of jokes slide like that. Because I think that promotes other people making more fun of those type of situations. Do I know if making fun of the situations like that is that like going to help people to not do that? Because we're gonna make fun of you when you dead. Okay, that's a different thing. But like, I don't think anybody thought that deeply. I may feel like I'm the only person that thinks that way. But in this particular situation, I don't think that anybody thinks that way. I don't think that was the intention. So I think it's a bad look for Cheryl. Period.
We got the one. And Africa, I think I might have missed one. Oh yeah, that's just Tamika Mallory. She was like, there was nothing funny about that. Just other reaction. We have Afro-Kami, which Afro-Kami, you're familiar with the roast, just like I am. You know, generally they have not really had a lot of limits, but I can't really recall, at least off the top of my head, them going this far. And necessarily when it comes to like, I think the recently passed or how they go. I know from the roast, they don't really have a lot of limits. Some of them are outright really brutal jokes, but not, I don't know if they went to this extent. But I think this is like the first George Floyd joke or something of that nature that I can recall on a roast or anything like that. Like, even though it didn't happen until like after that, but just I can't recall anything of that nature. I don't remember nobody really saying like I don't know, something like that. But Afro-Kami, your thoughts? It'd be interesting.
This is fucking comedy, you soft ass bitches. This is the fucking thing, yo. The point of it is to be offensive. That is the point of a roast. It is to be offensive. Now, here's the thing. As Shane Gillis said, I would find it hard to believe if he said he didn't ask Cheryl before he cut those jokes. And Cheryl being okay with those jokes is proof of why Cheryl is a fucking comedian, because she understands comedy. She understands that there are plenty of occupations in life where you have the freedom to be sensitive and caring and worry about your feelings. Comedy is not one of them. If you are overly sensitive, this is not the genre for you. It's not. I, for one, would like to applaud her for being willing to recognize the play and go with it. If I'm being completely honest, as far as the George Floyd joke goes, if you're going to criticize someone for laughing at a fucking joke, suck my dick. It's just it blatantly blows my mind on a regular basis how readily people are to be enraged and offended about fucking a joke that has no fucking effect on them in any way, shape, or form once it has left the comedian's mouth. This shit pisses me off to no fucking end. As someone who does enjoy comedy, as someone who I feel I am a funny guy. I may not be a comedian level funny guy, but I've never had a problem with offending anyone, nor will I ever have a problem with offending anyone, because this is America. I'll say what the fuck I want. But it blows my mind on a regular basis that people fucking get outraged by shit like this without realizing that was the fucking point, you fucking goobers. That was the fucking point. The point is for you to be pissed off. Although I don't know if the point was for you to be pissed off at the people who laughed at it. That shit is beyond me. As far as George Floyd goes, listen, tragedy, horrible thing that happened. We make jokes over horrible shit all the time, and we're going to continue to for as long as there are comedians. And when we stop doing that is when fucking freedom of speech is going out the window, folks. Fucking, you can look, you have the right to say whatever you want. You don't have the right to fucking dictate how people react to what you say. I'm a firm believer in that. Always will be. But at the same fucking time, if you are going, if you know for a second that you are in a space where fucking a joke can take you this far out of your mental space, maybe don't watch the roast. Maybe you don't look at the fucking dais that's at this roast that's literally full of some of the most hilarious and offensive comedians on the planet today. And maybe you just don't fucking tune in. No one gives a fuck what Joe Budden thinks about a fucking joke. They can go pot it up or make some fucking music. God damn. As far as, like I said, when it comes to Cheryl, shout out to Cheryl. She understands how the fucking game works, yo. Shout out to Shane Gillis for having the balls to make the fucking joke, honestly, because listen, sitting in a room full of black people and making a joke about the black man taking a ride down the sewer slide, yo, I don't know if I'm that ballsy, but yeah, this shit is so fucking ridiculous to me. And it's like, yo, if you don't fuck with comedy, just say that. Don't fucking watch it and then get up on your fucking bullshit soapbox and try to be like, oh, this is wrong. You shouldn't say that. Well, how about you suck my dick from the back and then you don't have to worry about what anybody's saying? God damn. That's it. That's all I got.
Well, established guest. Oh, we have Mr. Watson the Great. We have two opposing viewpoints. I love this already. Watson the Great, your thoughts about this entire controversy that you have seen?
I agree with Afro. It's comedy. It's supposed to be like this. It's not. It's on purpose. So I find it funny because nobody had the same energy for Tom Brady because they told him a new one.
I talked about that nigga kissing his kids on the lips, which is still weird to me. I can't help it.
But like, it's comedy. I think they've pushed it pretty extreme at this point. Because I've seen a couple roasts, and then with this production, they've gone pretty far. But it's what it is. Dave Chappelle do it all the time. Like, all of them do it. So why is this any different all of a sudden? So and as my dad used to tell me growing up, it is about the money. So like, I don't know. Like Afro said, like, I don't know what y'all think the play is not about. Like, yeah, trying to get this paper. But yeah, I agree with Afro. We're too sensitive. I don't know what happened. I don't know that came
stop
up.
it, yo.
But like, literally, comedians
the white
are
man wants you to be enraged by his words, folks.
Comedians are. I'm seeing online like comedians are literally having to fight people on their set. They're jaw jacking with people trying interrupting their set. It's like, dude, this is all jokes. It's not for real. And so I think I think people need to we need to chill. I don't know what happened, but too soft. We're too soft. We're too free.
Cold game. Now this is what I've been waiting to hear. Where do you fall on the issues, Sir Monray?
If I gotta be honest, I have two different viewpoints for him. The Cheryl Underwood one will be fair. If she's okay with it, I have nothing to say
That's all.
because I can't be mad at her for something that she decided to be okay with. That's your life. That's your husband. Yeah, may he rest in peace and everything. If she was okay with it, cool. Like I said, it wouldn't be something that I'm okay with. Like for my that'll be something that might be a little off limits or just depend on how I feel about it. But if she wanted that, and I've seen roasts where they have ripped people apart.
Oh yeah.
If you think, like I said, the Kevin Hart one, like those are controversial ones. If you wanted one where they rip somebody a new one, go watch the Justin Bieber one. That man got eviscerated. And they were literally brought up everything from like Paul Walker, which they cut that one out of the set. The Paul Walker joke dang knew was really rough, almost to like this, like not this level of controversy, but like this level of like gas. Where they cut that one from the show. Like, they did some nasty work on like the Justin Bieber one. You think that was like, I'm just being dead ass. So they have gone below the belt and really rough and everything of that nature. I'm not surprised that. So I said this one, so be it. I ain't gonna knock this one. Now the George Floyd one, look, I'm gonna be real with you. I think that this just wasn't the joke. I'm gonna be real. Like they've done jokes and just almost like Marlon Wayans song. I say, if you're gonna say a joke or try a joke or whatever, you have to be willing to take the responsibility of how it's received. And not all jokes hit. Some jokes are just too low. Some jokes are not right. Some jokes are above and beyond or everything of that nature. So if they were willing to do this joke, and you clearly see that this one ain't really well received, hey, so sometimes you gotta take that L with it. So them defending it, like, look, this ain't even a subject that I feel like is very good or easy to have a joke about. And then just if you're gonna make one, I'm gonna be real, the optics look horrible. Like if you're gonna make a joke about the George Floyd or something,
if a nigga can make a Martin Luther King joke or a Malcolm X joke, he can make a goddamn George Floyd joke.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking that. I said this wasn't the joke. Is what I'm saying. Like, can you make a George Floyd joke?
Yeah,
that could be funny,
land, but you should be able to make it.
Yeah, they can make it. That's why I said this wasn't the joke. That's why I'm saying, like, you could make one because, like, I've seen in comedy, especially in dark comedy, you can make a joke about anything, and if you're good enough, the joke can go over. Like I promise you, and I ain't even just talking about Comedy Central roast. We had something, not to this extent, but we had something where they wanted to cancel Dave Chappelle for talking about the LGBTQI plus community. If I got him wrong, I apologize. They wanted to cancel him, and he was making jokes about that whole community, and his jokes were jokes. Like they were,
and they were funny.
So like the fact of the matter is, this ain't the first time that comedies come under like side eye or questionable about it. So I'm not knocking that if you have to like sometimes judge it for what it is. But just this wasn't the joke. Like, yeah, can you make a joke? Sure.
Land if you don't tell the joke.
Yeah, I don't want to say, can you make one?
Okay.
Sure. But the fact that you made one and it didn't hit and it was just taken in a bad way, hey, you just gotta hold that. You be like, hey, okay, we're like, hey, we apologize for it because it ain't like it's just people like
you never apologize. You
I
never.
want you to keep on going because you're making my point.
Like,
for me. You're making my point for me. Go ahead, keep going because I got one more thing I want to say after this.
The reason I say yeah, you can apologize because even his brother, the George Floyd's brother, came out and was like, "Hey, we didn't like the joke." Like if the people that you are talking or directly connected to are like, "Hey, we ain't feeling that," there's nothing wrong with apologizing. But hey, I'm sorry that joke we tried it didn't hit. We apologize for any offense we caused. There's nothing wrong with doing it. But like that doesn't mean you just stop. It's just like, oh, you can find something else and you could try. But if it didn't hit, it didn't hit. Like if I made a joke about Afro comedy and it hit below the belt, and it was just like, okay, it just wasn't funny, and it just hit below the belt. There's nothing wrong with me apologizing, but I could try again.
You apologize, nothing wrong with please don't.
Okay. That's on me.
I'm like making a joke.
Yeah, you can make a joke, but that doesn't mean like just because I intended it to be a joke, don't mean that you don't get offended from it. It just have to make sure that offense is warranted. Like I said, some of the jokes I've seen all about the roast or whatever, people get upset with, man, whatever. Like it's just dark humor. It is what it is. And if Kevin Hart, like if they had talked something about Kevin Hart and Kevin Hart cool with it, I ain't gonna sit here and judge it just like with Sharon Underwood. She was okay with it, fine. But like if you made a George Floyd joke and the man family, because he's not here unfortunately to defend himself, if the man family ain't cool with it, like it didn't hit. Like it didn't hit. So like there's nothing wrong with like, okay, it didn't hit, we apologize, we tried, and you just go on to the next one. You try again or whatever case may be. It is what it is. So I'm like, to me, no, it wasn't cool. Like, it just, if it had hit, everybody laughed, we wouldn't even be here right now. But obviously it didn't. So I'm like, and then like I said, the optics didn't look good. Like look, you can call it what it is. You can look at it what it is. The optics of having a white dude go in there and make that joke, it's just not. It ain't gonna look good. So you're already putting yourself behind the 8 ball just to start with, and then just the fact that it didn't hit and it made it hit worse. It's just you gotta take
it wouldn't be funny was if a white person did it. That joke's not gonna be funny coming from a black person. It's just not.
Okay.
So if you're
I don't agree with it.
Well, listen, because whether people want to acknowledge
Please,
it or
y'all,
not,
keep going, keep making my point. Please keep making my point. Keep going.
Hold on, let Av come in here. I want to hear it.
No, go ahead. No, all of us. I wasn't arguing back. I just wanted to applaud you and say, keep going. I'm encouraging you. Keep going.
No, I'm saying I couldn't hear Afro come in. What he's saying.
My apologies. I was saying keep going.
What is like?
What I'm saying is that with when it comes to comedy in this landscape, in this day and age, racial tension is unavoidable. That is a fact. It just is what it is. So if you are going into this thinking that there is not going to be some sort of racially ambiguous or racially charged joke, you're going in with blinders on, and then I don't feel bad remotely because fucking open your eyes. God damn.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not saying I didn't expect the racial chart.
I know that. I'm just talking. I'm just talking about. I'm talking about people as a whole. Fucking. Because look, go back and watch Delirious. Go back and watch Raw and Eddie Murphy's magnum opus, in my opinion, when it comes to comedy. Yes. And you tell me, fucking, even then in 1989. The racially charged jokes are the funniest part of that shit. Whether it's the honeymooners being gay, I'm gonna clench. You better hit it right, or I'm gonna clench up my ass cheeks and rip your dick off, and whatever. Like, bruh, comedy is not meant. Look, you want a squeaky clean. You want a fucking goddamn PG friendly fucking comedian. There are those out there. Not a person on that fucking stage was someone that you should have expected a PG family-friendly joke from. Not a single person on that fucking stage.
Oh no, absolutely not. Like I said, my only thing is just, like there's always comedy that is made about controversial subjects every day. Like there's every kind of controversial subject there have been made it, whether it was murder or anything. There have always been comedy that makes it. It's called dark humor. So I'm not knocking jokes. Yeah, there's always some. It's just in my mind, if you clearly, like, if you put one out there and it don't hit or it causes issues or whatever, you got to be willing to take the responsibility for it. That's all I'm saying. So saying a thing like that's what we want, it's like no, what you wanted is for everybody to laugh. What you wanted is for everybody to receive it well.
That's what they used to
want.
Keep going.
What they wanted were eyes on the product, which is what they got.
The more you go, keep
eyes on the product. I know that they want eyes on the product and everything, but I'm talking about just as a.
I hope you got a super good point for as much as you're going, sir.
I want you to keep on being as. I want you to continue being as nonchalant as about that as you want to be. Go ahead, keep going.
No, I'm saying like, as a comedian, the main thing you want
as a comedian, all the things, everything you're saying, I'm saying keep going. I'm encouraging you, keep going, bro.
I'm not just saying like what you want as a comedian. You want your jokes to hit. That is what you want. So, like, if your joke does not hit, then you have to be willing to take responsibility for the after effects of whatever it is. That is all I'm saying. So, like, I get it. Like I said, this joke, this is already a very tense subject. That's just in and of itself. It ain't like comedy ain't touched tense subject before. But if it don't hit and it just, you put it out there, then you have to be willing to take what happens from the joke. This one did not get received well. It just is what it is. And there's a whole bunch of different outcries and different responses and everything. That's to each their own. But the fact it did not hit well to where even the family of the person that you were talking about in reference to literally was like, I ain't feeling this. This was not good. This was rude or whatever the case may be. Then you just have to hold it. But ain't no just like, oh, we want to show. No, you just have to hold it.
I'm okay with being not okay with it. Everyone else
keep on talking. They keep on doing it. They keep on trying to explain themselves for why it's whatever. You keep on saying. You see what I'm saying, Gotti? Go ahead.
Like I remember, and it's ain't like I was trying to do research and stuff about different people's responses. Like
they keep on talking, they do the research, they do all that stuff to try and figure out. Go ahead, keep talking, please. Go ahead.
But not like because I remember like when they somebody
they make it easy.
I think it was like Angela Yee when she interviewed,
You better fucking have a
George-
good punch.
Oh, y'all
nigga.
make it easy
You
for me. You
dumb
making
as
it easy
shit.
for me. I just want y'all to keep talking because you're making it easy for me. Go ahead, keep
Well,
going.
I'll give you a
goddamn, I
second.
wish
Let me
I
finish
wish
this
this could
last
make it a
one.
little easier so we could get
No,
your
because I
fucking
don't want to
point
argue
instead
back
of this
with you. I want you to
ambiguous
say what you got to say
bullshit.
and then keep going.
No, but like my last
And
point
then
was
be
like
done when I got to say something to just don't no rebuttal. You said what
Didn't
you
you
had to
already
say.
have
Go.
your say, nigga?
I don't want no
Didn't
say.
you
I don't want
go?
no say. Keep saying what you got to say. Can I just end the conversation?
anyway, my
Like, why
last
would
one
we
is
let you end the conversation when you started it? What the fuck?
I ain't starting nothing. This ain't my show. Because if it was my show, I would have been done shut your ass down. Point blank, period. But I'm not doing that right now. It's his show. So if you don't mind, just go ahead.
You couldn't shut me down to begin with, so I'm glad that you think
Lord.
that.
You
Can
gonna
I
learn
finish my
something
last
today. You'll
point?
learn today that I'll shut you down real quick. But don't worry about that because I've been
I'm
doing
waiting
this.
on
But I'm
Finish
gonna
my
tell you about
last point.
I'm gonna tell you about you.
means,
I'm gonna tell you about you and the rest of y'all. I'm gonna tell you about you and the rest of y'all. Point blank, period. Go ahead, keep going. Please keep going. Keep on
Finish
saying
my
what
last
you
Well, we're
point.
say.
waiting to hear your point, nigga, because you
Is
can't
that
shut up and let nobody make theirs. We're
oh
waiting to hear
Lord.
yours.
Yeah, I
Let's see.
did. I'm letting you
Let's
talk
hear.
right now. So just go fucking ahead.
Well, I'm waiting on you. Exactly, because you're just blowing smoke, nigga. What the fuck?
That's what they say too. That's what they say too. Go ahead, keep going. Keep going.
Myron got one
Go
more
ahead,
point.
keep going.
Yes,
Doesn't
I will
make your
finish my last
point.
point.
Myron got one
Give me a
more
second.
point to make.
But my last one, like I think it's Angela Yee when she interviewed George Floyd's brother, and I think he made reference to, if I'm wrong, like please inform me. I think he made reference to like when even like Kevin Hart was at the funeral and everything of that nature. Like he just felt like he found it like disrespectful and things of that nature. My mind is just like if I have direct reference to certain things or just people are not finding it like directly, then you would just have to be like, okay, we were wrong, we apologize. So to me, ultimately defending stuff that could be considered goofy, I'm like, I'm not with it. I'm just not gonna be for it or nothing of that nature. Like just like if George Floyd, God rest his soul, was here and was like,
Okay.
I don't like that joke. I didn't feel like it was in good taste. What came may be. Ain't gonna be no, that's what we want. No, you wanted it to hit. And when it does not hit, you hold that. Like so, like that's just not gonna be what I'm gonna go with. To me, no. To me, I ain't feeling it. I ain't for me. That ain't the kind of thing I would want. But whatever. It ain't like I ain't seen dark humor before. I'm just gonna be like, no. That's my mind. Any other rebuttals that people want to be?
Yeah, just make your fucking point.
Watson, please say what you got to say, please. Please do that.
Oh, I'm good. I already said what I had to say.
Oh, you said are you sure you're good?
Oh yes.
So if I may, can I book in this? I'm letting y'all say what y'all want to say.
I got my.
So can I just? So I started this off this topic. I said, dang, Cheryl, the death of your husband, that's a lot on you. That would be a lot. The unaliving and then whatever it took for that. And they made a whole bunch of jokes about that. Right. So y'all saying a whole lot. Y'all said a lot. We're 33 minutes into this live, right? Am I correct? My bookend on this. And so anything else you want to say?
I just hope you got a good point.
So my bookend on this is I believe the point of a lot of this was look around and see who's laughing.
Don't be upset with me.
Yeah. That's lost on you. The point of all this was to look around. Look around you. Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I couldn't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, please make your point.
Oh man, you trying to mess up my clip. I must still make a clip. What I'm saying to you is this. The point of what I was saying, the front end of what I'm saying with this story is, dang, Cheryl, you allow for this to happen. You will let them, and you gave the okay for them to talk about the unaliving of your husband and use it at your expense for whatever reason. Kevin Hart, blah, blah, blah. Comedy is what it is. Blah, blah, blah. I know what it is to be a comedian because those are real life things that you go through. I get all that. So let's talk about the book end of it. The book end of it is, I believe the message is, look at who's laughing. And I think that should be a note to anybody that watched this. Who thinks this is funny? These particular situations, unaliving, and everything in between. That's what I'm saying. That's my bookend of it. I believe that's my bookend. I mean, put it together. That's what it is.
I was hoping you had something deeper
But
than that.
doesn't
We fucking
unaliving
wasted
come
time.
across in comedy often?
What do you say?
Doesn't unaliving come across in comedy?
Yes,
often?
suicide is a regular topic of
Are
comedy.
you
It just-
missing
yeah,
my
it just
point?
depends on
Are you
which,
missing my point?
No, I just don't think you're making it that well. I don't think we're
I
missing
believe
it. I don't
that
think
a
you're making
person
good
that
point.
has gone through what you're going through, you look at them as people that are going to be close to you or people that sympathize with you and all those type of things. When people make jokes like this on a huge scale like this, and you come back around and you look around, you like, dang, that's really affecting me. What's happening to me as a person is making these other people laugh. And so when people make jokes, you do have to look around to see who is laughing. And I believe that does something for you. And I believe that should show you something about the world that you're living in. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, most people are laughing.
I don't say most people were laughing. But here's the thing. I think the complete opposite. I think you should be worried about how you feel about a joke, not how every fucking body else is feeling, especially as a member of the audience. I don't give a fuck who else is laughing at a joke I laugh at. Not
Hold on.
remotely.
Hold on. Can I tell you what I'm laughing at?
Nigga, I thought you was done.
Can I tell you what I'm laughing? Can I tell you what
I
people are
thought you was
laughing at?
making a. I mean, I literally just said I don't care what anyone else is laughing at, but sure, go.
I think it's
Joe.
hilarious what you're saying is. I think it's so uncouth of what you're saying on some real shit, because I have no disrespect for you whatsoever. What I'm saying to you is this: the George Floyd situation is not a laughing fucking matter to me. So when I look around, because that's a real point to me, right? To me. So I look around at the people that are around me and they think that shit is funny. That joke is funny. Somebody unaliving themselves, whatever they're going through every single day, and that made them come to that decision that they would unalive themselves. And at the end of the day, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up that happened. And I look around and these people are laughing. That's my problem. And so now all I'm saying is, yes, we're mad at Cheryl. I'm mad at Cheryl Underwood for saying that's okay, make that joke. And then at the end of it, I'm saying, I see why she did it. Let's look around and see who's laughing at this shit. And let's take it away from Cheryl Underwood's personal situation. George Floyd, whatever happened to him, that's police brutality. Point blank, period. So now, I'm like, y'all laughing about this shit. Whether he was messed up on drugs, he was on fentanyl, he was a crook, he was this, he was that. At the end of the day, somebody lost their life. Right? Hold your thought there. At the end of the day, he lost his life. Whether it was right or wrong, y'all can sit there and say, on one hand, he overdosed and it was too much fentanyl on him. Okay, we can give you that. But what we're seeing on TV and the whole world stopped is when we saw the policeman's knee on his neck. Now that we done went there, there's two things that we got an issue with. So what are we all laughing about? Was it fentanyl or was it the police brutality? But what comedy does is it exudes what's happening in real fucking life. What's happening in our day to day. And it's funny to them, they, her, him, everyone. There's some people that think it's hilarious. But there's another group of people that say them, they, her, and all that. At the end of the day, us as humans, that's the middle. You see how you got let me say this, the only white guy in this picture right here, he's the catalyst in this. And I'm not a white supremacist or anything like that. What I'm saying to you is this. The unifying force in this is like, yo, at the end of the day, we're one person. And I'm not saying that person in the middle of this, but you got to understand my point. At the end of the day, we're all humans. So fentanyl is a problem. Drugs are a problem. And then police brutality is a problem. Suicide is a problem. All those things are problems. And I think that these type of things bring us, that's what comedy's for, I believe. So yeah, let's make our jokes. Let's look who's laughing about it. And let's see how we can figure out how we can make this thing work. That's all I got to say.
That is our first subject.
I really wish you had a deeper point than that. I thought it was going to be something way better, but
And there's always going to be a group of people like you that don't give a fuck about what everybody else thinks about losing somebody in their family. I'm not putting that on you. I'm saying a group of people that if you lose somebody like yourself, what I'm saying is comedy is what brings light to the things that are happening in our world. And you have to look and choose who is laughing at that particular thing. And then sometimes you might be like, what's wrong with you? Why ain't you laughing? And then there's other parts of it that is, why are you laughing? And doesn't that make the point that we're supposed to have that conversation?
But I think that's part of. I think that's part of why the jokes, even because they hit in reality, the point is to laugh about it because you can't take life too serious, and it happens. Like when you get that personal, especially in a space where you know jokes are going to hit, that's on you. That's not on me. So if you can't handle, again, if it's something you can't handle, don't go to the show. Turn it off.
Is that the point we're making here? Should you go to a roast or not? Because I'm making a way deeper point than just going to a show and laughing at some jokes. I'm saying just look around and see who's laughing at these type of things. Who's laughing? Who thinks that what you think is serious, which is somebody unaliving themselves or something like that, you think that shit is fucking serious to you. And you gotta look around like these other people don't think that's serious. So you're thinking like, what can we do to stop shit from like that happening? Just like, man, why the white man doing me like this at the job? That's a comedy joke, right? Because that's the thing. You want to change that. That's what yeah, you right. He sure do be on some bullshit at the job. That white man up there, they do stuff like that, right? That's a part of comedy. Just like how was this lost on y'all, man? I'm really confused. I'm actually shut the fuck up.
Here's the thing, Joe. I've noticed that you made all of these. You made all of these points about these jokes. How come there was no point made about the Bill Cosby joke and all of his date rape allegations and that doesn't matter to people, or do people just not care about fucking people being sexually assaulted? Because I noticed that joke.
This is a very new thing. I know with current media. Go ahead, man.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Go ahead, man.
All I'm saying is that people like you pick and choose what to be offended by, which is fine. That is your prerogative. What you don't get to pick and choose is what other people can be offended by.
I ain't pick and choose shit. I did tell you point blank.
No, I'm saying you look. We listened to all those jokes. You mentioned the George Floyd joke. We mentioned the Cheryl joke. In that clip, along with all those other jokes, was a joke about Bill Cosby, who we know went to prison for sexually assaulting many, many women. No one said a word about it. No one. So is that not as important as people's mental health? Whether they're taking the ride down the sewer slide or whether they're fucking goddamn. And another thing with the Cheryl, do you think anyone's worried about?
You keep on saying people like me, so I'm gonna keep on saying people like you, my nigga. So do you want me to say that right now?
I'm just being honest. You're the one making.
So you want me to say people like you?
That's perfectly fine.
All right, so I'm gonna say people like you think that you talking about. We understand that. We understand what you're talking about. I'm saying when you put.
No, but I'm saying when you didn't mention it.
You keep on saying no.
Why didn't you mention it? If we're all up in arms about these injustices that are happening in comedy, and who laughed at this? Who's laughing at that? You didn't find it important to mention that at all, or is that just not important, or is it just that you weren't worried about it, which is perfectly fine?
Well, I just want you to know right now and right here. I got all night, my nigga, so we can go one by one. I was just talking about the first topic he was talking about. No, don't interrupt me. What I'm saying is, I'm talking about this point. You think I'm done? For this man show up here, keep on going. Keep on making a point. Keep on defending what you're defending. Go ahead. And I don't mind listening to you do it. I'm muting myself right now.
Seeing what you're saying.
So was the
I'm pointing out how hypocritical you're being at this point in time. That's what you do.
I got you, Watson. I hear you. Let me talk to him for a second.
Okay.
So What I'm fighting about right now is about what we were talking about. This one point. I didn't get into the other stuff.
Was the joke that I just mentioned? Was it not in the clips that we all just watched?
Yes, it was. Let me start
And
there. But this is not a 6-hour show.
It remotely? Did you even think to mention it until I brought it up? No, you didn't.
I hate to say this man's name, but Bobby Brown said my prerogative. Let me start there. So let me start at this one point that is very, very important to me, which is suicide jokes and the things coming saying that it came from a black woman saying that, you know, see, here you go. Shut up, man. Damn, you won't let nobody talk. Let me talk, my nigga. Let me get my
hey, as soon as you start saying something that matters, I'm all for listening, brother. But right now,
and that's
you're just yapping.
And that's why I gotta point at you as somebody that like that nigga laughs at that situation that I think is not very funny. But I understand it's a joke for some people
don't think are funny.
Huh?
I laugh at a lot of shit that people don't think are funny. A lot of it.
But I'm saying, but I don't even know if you're the minority of the rest of the world or not. I have a feeling you like what you like.
We about the majority. We about the majority.
What's the majority that's
I'd say dark humor runs deep. If that's what we're talking about, in my opinion. But no, I like that something people don't like.
I think this is dark comedy at its core is taking the things that make you uncomfortable, taking the things that make you angry.
You're missing the whole point of what I'm even saying.
No, Joe, I get what you're saying.
No, you don't, because you keep on fighting against something you know to be true. Bruh.
You're saying one thing.
Comedy brings light.
One thing.
Niggas that ain't comedians
just
love to talk, man. This ain't their profession. They don't. They
Joe,
just love to
Joe,
fucking
we've been
talk.
letting you talk. You're talking in circles at this point, brother.
That's crazy.
So basically the whole Netflix special issue, or were certain things issues?
No, it was those
certain things where if you want to talk about the product for fucking Hollywood, it was great. That was what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have niggas like us talking about this shit the next day. Point blank period. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're doing. But now we're talking. So let's break down the jokes. That's what this shit is about. It's about the real issues that people are talking about. Like, yeah, go ahead and talk about the things that made somebody in their life that was special to them at some point. Yeah, I'm unaliving myself. Let's talk about what leads to that, because we don't want more people to do that shit. When back in the day, when you would talk about Eddie Murphy and all them, black people this, Martin and them, black people this, black people that, man, white folk do this. Those are real things that happen. We laugh about it because we be like, damn, that shit happened to me too. But I'm saying we can stop laughing about, quote unquote, white man not giving us as many hours, but making us work as hard. We can make all those jokes because we know those things happen. It is what it is. That's how we feel. And that's what makes it a joke. Because like, yeah, I know that's right. Point blank period. That's everybody's black person favorite phrase is, I know that's right. Because you feel it. I understand. I get it. But when you're making these jokes and all that type of stuff, we're like, damn, we should try to do something to like make that not happen anymore. That's where I'm going with all this. A joke is supposed to it's a joke, but there is some reality to it. And it's like, these are some things that should change. Right?
Joseph, let me ask you this. No. And then I'm done. We can keep it cracking after this. Why is it their responsibility?
It's not.
Try and
it's not.
Okay. That's all I needed.
It's not, good. But I think it was dope that they would allow for these topics to get brought up, right? So that we can actually have discussions about them. Point blank period.
I guess I never would have piggybacked off of it like that. And thought like, hey, this
kind of is a problem.
This is bringing. I guess I wouldn't have thought of it as a learning lesson or like just something to think about after the show, just because it's jokes.
People use comedy as an escape. Comedy is escape.
No, it's not an escape. It brings light to things that are happening in your life.
See, that's what I disagree with.
No,
with that.
Comedy.
You forget. Comedy comes from minstrel shows of the medieval time where life was so Listen, where life was so fucking bad that you didn't know whether your neighbor was going to be dead the next, same as today, only we were dying a lot quicker back then.
Or racism,
Comedy in and of itself is escapism. If you think otherwise, you are wrong.
It's funny because you know it's true.
No, it's funny because it can make you laugh about shit that should make you cry.
That will be it. We will leave at that wonderful debate that will be on the internet on YouTube.
We was about to talk about a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, that's just gonna be a part 2 that y'all have to do off screen. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. But as I said, as I warned, that this would be controversial. But anyway, that was great for me.
Yeah.
You said a couple of other topics, so
yeah, I got a couple more, even though we don't really need to go through them because they were like extra. I didn't know how far this would go. Don't worry, I got more. Now, the ironic part about the next topic is that it directly connects to these comedians, which is gonna be hilarious. So, therefore, Complex decided to make a top 50 greatest.
I ain't gonna like all these blackity black
of all time
comedians.
And I will read down the listing for you in case you can't see or anything of nature. Number 1 all time, Eddie Murphy, followed by number 2, Kevin Hart, number 3, Richard Pryor, then Martin Lawrence at 4, Dave Chappelle at 5, Chris Rock is 6, Bernie Mac is 7, Cat Williams is 8, Cedric the Entertainer is at 9, Red Fox is number 10 for the top 10, Steve Harvey at number 11, Sinbad at 12, Mike Epps 13, Monique 14, Robin Harris 15, D.L. Hughley 16, Samore is 17, LaBelle Crawford 18, Paul Mooney number 19, D. Ray rounds out top 20. Then you got Earthquake at 21, Tony Robbins 22, Drewski at 23, Ari Spears is at 25, and Dick Gregory's at 24. I skipped in my back. Then Wanda Sykes at 26, Tiffany Haddish 27, John Witherspoon 28, Tommy Davidson 29, Jamie Foxx number 30. Excuse me, Marlon Wayans 31, Cheryl Underwood 32, Adele Givens 33, Bruce at 34, Charlie Murphy 35, Corey Holcomb at 36, Flex Alexander at 37, DC Young Fly 38, Lil Duval is 39, J. Anthony Brown at 40, Kevin Fredericks 41, Donnell Rollins 42, Godfrey at 43, Michael Blackson 44, Jess Hilarious is at 45, Kim Whitley 46, Red Grant 47, T.I. at 48, Tony Rock 49, and number 50, just making it to Phase on Love. Do you agree or disagree, Watson? We will start with you. What do you think about this list?
I think this list it's not that terrible of a list, but I disagree because you got T.I. on here, Drewski on here. I can't remember one of my favorite comedians is not on here. I think he belongs on here, but that's just a bias. But this is okay. I moved some stuff around. Definitely probably move Bernie back in the top 5. But I think this is an okay list. I'd have to see some of these people's faces because I'm not too familiar with a few, but I don't know how you can put T.I. did like a season of it, and Drewski's more of an internet one on here than most of these guys.
Stand up at.
What's up?
That's what I was. Where can I watch Drewski's stand up? To my knowledge, I don't know if Drewski has a stand. Where the fuck is Ali Sadiq at? Where is fucking?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
That's my 2 cents on this. No,
it feels like
needs to be a little bit better, upgraded.
Afro Kami, your say so.
This list is literally just fucking. Hey, which one of these Negroes was in a comedy movie in the past 2 decades? Fucking, let's put them on a list. Where are your Ali Sadiqs? Where are your fucking God damn? Why am I? Patrice O'Neal. Where the fuck is Patrice O'Neal? Literally, in my opinion, might be the funniest black comedian of all time. R.I.P. to Patrice. Fucking this list is literally just which one of you niggas tap dance well enough for Massa to get on this fucking list?
God,
that's what it feels like. And then they put it in any bullshit order. Fucking listen, I love Eddie Murphy. Raw and Delirious might be some of the best back-to-back stand-up specials that have ever been done. Fuck race, fuck everything in between. But the fact that Ali Sadiq's not on this list, the fact that Patrice O'Neal's not on this list, fucking it's whatever, yo. It's literally just which one of you niggas made white man laugh the hardest?
Inigo Williams?
Some of Afro what some of what Afro's saying is kind of true. I mean, and that's now we fight eras, and that's gonna be a problem because we had the stand-up comedian era and all that, but like, who's popping now? Like, and I'm like, man, Drewski is funny. There might be skits. I don't know who's writing them. I don't know I don't know all that. But you got to look at the time, the era, all those type of things. They were funny at the time. I mean, but now that we're going through something that we can relate to a little bit more, they're a little bit funnier than what we had before. Because like Eddie Murphy, he can talk about what he's going to talk about. Kevin Hart, he's up there, and I think it's because he did do he was in an era where you could go through like what was it, 2000s, early 2000s, all the way up now, or is it before then?
He blew up like
I want to say 2007 barbershops.
No, Kevin Hart blew up on like he blew up off of that comedy special.
Was that 2004?
No, I think it was 05 when Kevin, right before.
No, Kevin blew up off of.
No, let's talk about like the first stand-up we watched.
The first stand-up I ever watched was Delirious, which came out.
No. I'm just strictly Kevin Hart. How I'm saying that he's transcended.
I don't think I've ever watched that. I don't think
Laugh at My Pain was the one Kevin Hart.
Laugh at My Pain.
That's 2011.
That was in all the black barbershops. Like, we was on that. And then, like, Kevin Hart, he kept on doing things, and he was funny in roles or whatever, however you want to see him in movies. That is what that is. But we watched that, and we thought that was good. And then, so he kept on doing what he was doing. That's why I think he's a more transcendent, like, comedian. Are there funnier ones? Like, I got Ricky Smiley way higher up than a lot of these guys. Matter of fact, Mike Epps, he's up there with me, too.
Well, Mike Epps is on the list. Ricky Smiley ain't even make the list.
Smiley ain't even on
That's
the
what I'm
list.
saying. Like it's crazy that Ricky Smiley's not on there.
Ricky Smiley
and he's a big
is
influence on me.
comedian, though. You got to remember, he doesn't do. Ricky Smiley is a PG comedian, so he's pigeoned himself.
And that's why I like him. And that's why I like him, because
but I feel like that's probably why he's not on the list, though.
And I'll give you that. And I'm just saying, but like, that's what I went through.
Like, Bill Cosby wasn't
up.
on this list.
Let me finish this up. I need a clip, bro. What I'm trying to say is, like, Ricky Smiley, he was in the church. He was doing all that. Like, that's my kind of comedy. And like, one of my first stand-ups had something to do with like church announcements. And so like, I got that because that's how I grew up. So a lot of these other guys, they talk about their experiences. Like, you look at Duval, like, he talked about what happened to him, living in Jacksonville. Like, I wouldn't know that.
Did Lil Duval even make the list? I don't think
he is.
He's on 39. He's 39.
Yeah.
Who didn't make the list? Where the fuck is Wayne Brady?
That's an era thing too. But I like
smoke a bitch.
Wayne Brady actually would be high on my list too, because he was one of my first comedians I ever listened to. So like, he's a part of my bar. Like, are you better than, Ricky Smiley stand up, or are you worse? He's worse than Ricky, but I'm just saying, like, that's where I was at.
For me, there's a number of names that I'm surprised that I'm missing. Like, I don't understand why Eddie Griffin isn't here, or maybe a couple of the other Wayans brothers, even though they may not be known as outright comedians for like doing stand-up.
Crazy.
Like, but if we're taking full bodies of work, I don't understand why maybe one or two of the other Wayans brothers isn't here. Eddie Griffin not being here. He said Bill Cosby earlier. Like even Chris Tucker. Like, I mean, we just taking people just in their full body of work as comedians. I don't understand why some of these names would be there. I really don't. But that ain't necessarily my craziest thing. My craziest thing is some of the placement of some of these. Y'all can hate on me if you want. Martin Lawrence shouldn't be nowhere close to that. And I don't understand why he's there. I just don't. Like that. Like, I was trying to be like, at least Kevin Hart, I could justify because he's probably
I can listen to the argument. I can listen to an argument for sure.
Kevin, I understand because he's probably like the biggest, and I say biggest, like most famous comedian in like the last 10 to 15 years. So I can understand Kevin Hart being that high, though he wouldn't be there for me. But I can understand it. I can't get Martin Lawrence. I just don't understand it. I don't get Martin Lawrence being that high versus people like Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Bernie Mac not being. I just don't get that. I don't get it versus like other. So like some of those other weird.
And if I may,
Cat Williams.
Yeah, he's number 8.
Oh, okay, good shit.
If I may, what I would say about Dave Chappelle is this. He did the sketch comedy show. Whereas in stand-up, what you do is you stand on the stage and you talk about an experience.
Joe, killing
Dave
them
Chappelle,
softly, one
what
of the
you said?
best stand-up. Killing them softly, one of the best stand-up fucking sets ever. What do you mean?
I
That's about
haven't
a
said
whole
anything
movie
negative
that-
about anybody.
Well, no, I was just it sounded like you were alluding to fucking Dave Chappelle not having like comedy sets where he's on stage when he's literally got one of the best stand-up sets of all time.
So if I may, I'm going to start all over just for that because I'm making a point.
All right,
So
you're good.
all
I'm
these
out of here in
stand-up
9 minutes anyways because Saturday
all these
night's main
stand-up
event.
comedians are up there talking about life experiences. And when we get to Dave Chappelle, one of his things was he said, let me make it sketch comedy so you can see what I'm saying to you. That is funny. I can do this on stage and it's going to be hilarious. But now let me show you as a sketch. And then his got pretty big. I know that Cedric the Entertainer had one before, but Dave Chappelle hit. And that's all I was saying is that like Dave Chappelle is like that bridge, and that's now you have Drewskis, right? I think that Dave Chappelle went from stand-up to like, okay, sketch comedy show to 20-second clips that are funny about what you go through in your life. And because they always say, how does Drewski have all these uniforms? How's he working at all these places? How does he get those? That's what I'm saying.
I said for me, I said the missing people are one. Just the placement of something made no sense.
That's why I like where Dave Chappelle is at.
Because like I don't see an argument that Dave Chappelle is under Martin Lawrence. I don't understand that argument. I don't get.
Dave Chappelle should be number 1.
Chris Rock, like I said, Eddie. I'm not mad at host. I'm not mad at Eddie because Eddie's more recent resurgence of still being able to put out quality stuff on like movies and stuff of that nature. I'm not mad at Eddie being there. I don't mad at Eddie being there. I can understand Kevin Hart being there. Richard Pryor, being one of the biggest founding comedians. I get that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at like if anyone. I'm not gonna be mad at that. I don't get Martin Lawrence. I don't get Chris Rock. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't get Chris Rock being up there above maybe Bernie and Cat. I don't get that. I'm not gonna lie about that. I could see some of these other people just being higher. I just, because me, Sid might could go down a little bit, but like I'm not gonna be mad at those. Some of them made no sense to me. People want to talk about the Drewskis being super that high, like his is mostly more sketch or just being on lives and stuff, and just making jokes or like prep stuff, whatever. Like I'm not gonna be mad at some of it. I say just some of this is just wild. Even DC Young Fly being all the way up here. I look at it a little sideways, like okay, I guess, but just like I said, some of them is just weird. But and then of course T.I. I think is just a joke being there, but whatever, okay, maybe at this point. But I guess comedy is the thing we've used for this show, so we'll leave it at that. But what a wonderful show, entertainment of that, and like I said, we have things coming on within 7 minutes. But no, that's clearly over an hour. Any final words from any people before I give you all your intros?
Be a full citizen, y'all. Learn to laugh a little bit. Life will be funner.
Yeah, don't be too serious.
And can I get the summer stage? I always say that.
This nigga look like you need a summer jam screen.
Summer
you
jam.
can give it. You can have the stage. And you can give your outro after you're finished.
All I want to say is that we can laugh at stuff and be like, "But damn, that is kind of fucked up." That's all I got to say.
And where can they find you?
Unico Williams, UNIQO Williams on YouTube. I got all your best movie reviews. Just holla at your boy. Subscribe. Do what you do.
They're all exactly what they're supposed to be.
They are.
And we have the head of HR being what he is supposed to be. Where can they find him?
You already know. You can find me at AfroCounty765 on all platforms. You catch me Wednesday on the Blurred Cartel doing top 10 anything. Thursdays, Casual Conversations, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursdays, Casual Conversation. Friday night, that's your with 3 R's. Road to 10K. Come subscribe. Join the Discord. Come to Bad Take University. Get your doctorate in fucking horrible wrestling takes.
Oh boy.
And yeah, you know the vibes. Some flavor, some inflammatory.
Don't worry, some of the wrestling takes might happen over the course of the next 2 hours. And of course, we are joined by the one who has some anime over everything, Watson the Great, with the sun shining on him as he gives his take.
Yes.
That nigga lighting fire. He in his bag.
I ain't gonna lie, my nigga look like he got 3 do-rags on right now.
You can find me at TikTok and
Talking about comedy.
That's where I'll be posting. Been a little busy, but I'm catching up on the newer anime as of recent. I got to pick an oldie one to watch because that's kind of been my goal since that's where the some part comes in. But yeah, you can also catch me on Wednesdays. I also do Top 10 Anything with the Blur crew and lives as well, mainly on TikTok. But yeah, that's where you find me, Watson_the Greats.
And of course, I'm your host, Monray Hudson. Everywhere it says Monray Hudson, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, as it still exists. And of course, on Make It Make Sense, the podcast on Saturdays, discussing the media and what is here and what's happening. Thank you all for watching. Of course, make sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, especially. Look for this wonderful insignia that'll let you know you found the right place. Thank you all for watching. And